Hi there, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. Right, that nearly went wrong. This is Millennium Tiger 3, which is the resource scanning module. And I am just coming into polar orbit of the moon and doing my circularization burn. I very nearly missed the deadline. But not quite. I think I got it pretty much exactly. Now what I'm hoping is I'm going to be the right distance above to what's my periapsis? There we go. Because you need to be, you know, there's that very specific kind of range you need to be in order to count as having the right orbit. Right, I think that's going to do. You know, it's not as equal as I would like. Never mind. Let's see if I don't know if I'm high enough. I could be high enough. So performing the orbital survey drains a bunch of electric power. So there you go. Toggle overlay. Oops. Let's go to map view. Wow. So there you go. So mysteriously enough, I don't have any ocean or atmosphere thing. There's actually quite a lot of ore all over the place. Now, what I want to look at is not Steel Snake 2, Aluminium Rhinoceros. I want to see if there's any worthwhile amounts of ore near them, because they're the ones who are stranded. And so what I would like, I think what I should be able to do is land a mining craft next to them, get some mining done, and transfer fuel to that craft. Yeah, and thus get off. Looks like this crater's got quite a lot of stuff in it. But this crater, looks like, I'm not sure the crater itself. It's hard to tell, given that happens to be on the wrong side of the moon, the wrong side of the sun, I should say. But there's stuff nearby, so that should be alright. Right, so that's that done. That doesn't give me any particularly brilliant anything, but 100 gave me some science. Gave me about 20 science, which I didn't have before, which is nice. I could have done with slightly more, just a little tiny bit more, because I need 160 to do anything. Now, because this is the Mercury Target, I did bring along a whole bunch of instruments. Recovery. I'll grab this. But I suspect none of them are going to give me any science I don't already have. Keep that then. In theory, there are a couple of biomes that I haven't got yet, but Highlands is not one of them. So these are all okay. Never mind. Such is life. So I'm just going to leave that there. It's got a reasonable amount of delta V left, so I can play around with it. what I may want to do, what I may eventually want to do, is try and grab those few remaining, like, temperature points. I can't remember off the top of my head which of those are, you need to be above a certain amount. Actually, I've got that information on some pieces of paper, which is not that way. I wrote it all down at one point. I don't know where. I don't think. Oh, no, I put on a separate piece of paper. Sector Z9 S9XF. That's an above, which is nice. What's that one? 1355. That's a below. So I can get that one, but I can't get that one at this height. I'd have to like maneuver in and do all that kind of nonsense. Into 1.8. That's an above. Oh, that's a no. Okay. Well, I think it might also be an above. Is that an above? No, that's a below. So fiddly. I have to play with all that nonsense. But what I really want to do now, though, is I want to design a craft, a lander, and so that'll do mining and enable the refueling of the aluminium rhinoceros. So turned off the music because it's getting a bit blurred, but that's actually I might put it back on again actually. In fact, I will put it back on. I have to do that here though. Come on, you can do it. You're not crashing, are you? Don't crash game, don't crash. Okay. Let's chuck the music back on. There we go. It's also the atmospheric. That's interesting. So it's not just the actual music, but the kind of atmospheric sounds of the space center. How strange! I did not know that. Right, so we don't need you. You did your job well. Thank you very much. Okay, what are we going to want? I think I might want a relatively. I'm trying to see if I've got. I don't know if any of the ones I've got can do target. No, it doesn't look like it. And I'm also thinking I actually want it to be manned because engineers enable you to get more ore out. But let's start off with something. Which one do I want? I don't know. So probably don't need a Probodyne. Well, the Octo 2 Hex will probably do actually. In fact, Probodyne will almost certainly do. Just doing stability assist. So we'll start there. Zoom in a bit because that's a bit far away. Now I've not made one of these before, so I'm not quite sure. Right, so I'm going to need a converter. Might as well take a fuel cell. Take some gigantic big solar arrays. Looks like it's going to need a lot of power. Drill-o-matic. Now, yeah, can I really? get all this stuff around on those little rover wheels, but those are the only rover wheels I have available to me. So I guess they're going to have to do. I don't yet have the big gnarly landing struts. I've only got ickle ones. Be wanting lots of batteries, no doubt. But I can work on that in a second. And my small holding tank, because that's the only holding tank I currently have available to me. But I will also want to make a rover effectively that will be able to get to the stranded ship. So that's going to, you know, something taking a fuel tank along. Maybe not that big. Maybe that big. And that's going to need a claw because I don't have a docking port. Well, I've got docking ports, but the lander is currently sitting on the docking port, so I can't get it. So, how do I want to put all this together? Does mean I'm going to want docking ports. So there you go. And that's interesting. Looking like I can't attach much of anything to this. Well, okay, so that can be quite high up. I only want this to fly on the moon, so I don't care about anything else at this stage. But I do want a reasonable thrust to weight ratio. Someone else be there. So I don't think I can do it with a spark. I think it has to be the good old 909. Wide base. Oops. Gonna have two drills. Have those off like that. Two drills for balance purposes. There we go. Do the offset thing again. Right, so that's what's going to be landing. I see. What does that hold? 300 max. Oh, you can take all with you. That's interesting. Yes. Not sure about that. Oop. Can I attach it radially? Well, it's just not about as daft as anything else. Oh yeah, fuel cells. Given that we're going to be generating fuel, then you might as well have fuel cells. Now, one possibility is I just chuck this thing down as is, right? So this is what lands, and it generates, it fills this holding tank, right? I think I'm gonna have to test this. I don't know how these things need to be connected. I don't know if they need, you know, grab that. Gigantors and fuel cells adjustment cords. Right, so that's not work. We're not gonna. I don't think we're going to try and rove this. If we're going to do it at all, it's going to land, suck up lots of power, and then drift off using the 909. And while I should maybe use docking ports, I think it might be better, or at least easier, because I'm going to the thing that's going to transfer fuel from this to the rover, from this to the aluminium rhinoceros, the rover that is going to transfer fuel from this to the rhinoceros is going to have to use a claw anyway, because the rhinoceros does not have docking ports over here. I might as well not put a docking port on this and just use the claw. Now, there are a couple of problems with this. I don't know if you can. I know there's a thing I need to put on that. I don't know if you can, in fact, mine. I haven't done a resource thing around the moon, around Kerbal. So I might not be able to mine at all. Ooh, sweet. That's really bad. Although, it is really rather funny. Surface harvester inactive. So I'm getting... Oh, we need to finish power shutdown. Okay. Why can't I extend that? Oh, if I've run out of power, which means I've run out of... Oh, nuts. That's really annoying. Okay. Right, revert to launch. And we'll do this again. Mainly, I just want to make sure that everything is connected. Right, so we will extend the panels right off. And obviously, given that I got these two. Well, what I may want to do is that is just hilarious. Is adjust the height of those drills. So that's the thing we have to do. You adjust the height of the drill so they're not silly. Bring up that and keep that going. Okay, so the Gigantals are keeping everything fine. Tiny amounts of fuel are going in. Okay, so that's working. Wow, even the two Gigantals can't cope with two drills. That's pretty impressive, actually. Now, it's perfectly fine that I'm getting such a tidgy amount. I'm surprised I'm getting any at all when you get down to it. Because A, I'm not really actually, on the surface. I'm on this thing. Right, so two Gigantals might not be enough. Well, I mean, obviously, what I can do is I can just stop. Yeah. Okay, so the two Gigantals can cope with one drill and cope with it quite well. So that's okay. So I can start. I can make OX. I can make liquid fuel. Oh, okay. So liquid fuel plus oxidizer, monoprop, just liquid fuel, just oxidizer, depending on what I want to do. Okay. What would be a good test? What would I be able to test? Because I haven't actually used any of the fuel here. So I should have maybe dumped that. Right, so I've got some things to think about. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly. Right. So first off, drill height. So start. So we'll deploy that. Right, so I think all the way down to that collar there, that needs to be up. Oh, that needs to be up above the... We'll also make a custom action grip. Brakes. Toggle drill. Okay. Now, two Gigantals was not enough. It's actually moderately impressive when you get down to it. testing purposes, we're going to get rid of the liquid fuel in the oxidizer. Save it. Launched. And after all this, I still need to make some kind of lifting vessel. Huh. Well, they're deployed. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know what happened actually. It's deploying instantly, but it's still moving. That's interesting. Alright, it's not perfect, but it'll do, I think. Well, this is where I really need to start getting custom action groups. Now, the question is, can I actually deploy those Gigantors in the configuration I've put them in? Or are they going to interfere with one another? Ooh, and this is... No, they seem to be alright. Okay. So start harvest. Start harvest. Well, seem to be alright there. That's still 0 as it should be. And that's a piddling little amount. We'll start that. We'll probably stop very quickly. And we've got titchy amounts of fuel. So that will work if I can get this to the moon. So that is the next question, is making a lifter that'll lift the things. The main thing I'm going to want to do is, can I get a fairing that will cover the whole lot? I mean, I do have the 2.5 meter fairings. Looks like they'll... Well, looks like it'll do. It'll be a very big, boldy thing, but... So that's a thing. That's a thing I'm going to be able to do. But that is going to be for next time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying these videos. Please hit like and subscribe. Find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, reach for the stars.